Louis Pasteur was a French microbiologist and chemist who is widely known for his contributions to the field of microbiology, as well as for his discovery of the germ theory of disease. Born on December 27, 1822, in Dole, a small town in eastern France, he was the son of a tanner who had served as a sergeant in Napoleon's Grande Armée. Despite being raised in a modest family, Pasteur was an exceptionally talented student who excelled in science and mathematics. As a young man, Pasteur attended the École Normale Supérieure in Paris, one of the most prestigious schools in France. There, he earned a degree in science and became interested in the field of chemistry. After completing his studies, he worked as a chemistry professor at the University of Strasbourg, where he made a number of important discoveries. One of Pasteur's most significant discoveries came in the field of fermentation. At the time, the process of fermentation was not well understood, and many people believed that it was a spontaneous process that occurred in the absence of oxygen. However, Pasteur's experiments showed that fermentation was actually caused by microorganisms, which he called ferments. Using a microscope, Pasteur was able to observe the growth and movement of these microorganisms, and he discovered that different types of ferment were responsible for different types of fermentation. For example, he found that yeast was responsible for alcoholic fermentation, while bacteria were responsible for souring milk. Pasteur's work on fermentation led to a number of important practical applications. He developed a process for pasteurizing milk, which involved heating it to a high temperature for a short period of time in order to kill any harmful microorganisms. This process helped to reduce the spread of diseases such as tuberculosis and typhoid fever, which were often transmitted through contaminated milk. Pasteur's work on fermentation also had implications for the brewing and winemaking industries. By understanding the role of microorganisms in these processes, he was able to develop techniques for controlling fermentation in order to produce better quality beer and wine. In addition to his work on fermentation, Pasteur also made significant contributions to the field of immunology. In the mid-1800s, many people believed that diseases such as cholera and tuberculosis were caused by miasmas, or bad air. However, Pasteur's experiments showed that these diseases were actually caused by specific microorganisms. Pasteur's work on immunology led him to develop a technique called attenuation, in which he weakened disease-causing microorganisms by exposing them to heat or chemicals. These weakened microorganisms could then be used as vaccines to stimulate the immune system and prevent infection. One of Pasteur's most famous experiments involved the development of a vaccine for rabies, a deadly disease that was often transmitted through the bite of infected animals. Pasteur and his team collected saliva samples from infected animals and allowed them to dry out over a period of several weeks. They then injected the dried saliva into healthy animals, gradually increasing the strength of the dose over time. After several months, the animals had developed immunity to rabies, and they were able to survive exposure to the disease without becoming infected. This technique, which became known as the Pasteur vaccine, was later used to develop vaccines for a number of other diseases, including diphtheria and tetanus. Throughout his career, Pasteur was recognized for his contributions to science and medicine. He was awarded numerous honors and accolades, including the Legion of Honor, France's highest civilian honor, and the Copley Medal, the highest scientific award in the United Kingdom. Pasteur died on September 28, 1895, at the age of 72, after suffering a series of strokes. Despite his death, Pasteur's legacy continued to influence the field of microbiology and medicine. His discoveries and techniques paved the way for many advancements in the field, and his work on vaccination and disease prevention helped to save countless lives. In addition to his scientific contributions, Pasteur was also known for his dedication and passion for his work. He once said, "Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world." Today, Pasteur is remembered as one of the most important scientists of the 19th century, and his discoveries continue to have an impact on the world of science and medicine. His legacy serves as an inspiration for future generations of scientists and researchers who seek to improve the lives of others through their work. In the fields of observation, chance favors only the prepared mind. This quote highlights the importance of being prepared and having a curious mind in scientific discovery. Pasteur believed that careful observation and preparation were essential to making important scientific discoveries. He emphasized that chance occurrences were only beneficial if the observer had the knowledge and insight to recognize their significance. Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world. Pasteur believed that science was a universal language that transcended national boundaries. He believed that knowledge was something that belonged to all of humanity, and that scientific advancements were meant to be shared for the betterment of all people. This quote emphasizes the importance of cooperation and collaboration in scientific discovery. When I approach a child, he inspires in me two sentiments: tenderness for what he is, and respect for what he may become. This quote reflects Pasteur's belief in the importance of education and nurturing young minds. He recognized the potential of every child and emphasized the need to provide them with the tools and opportunities to reach their full potential. This quote highlights his compassion for others and his desire to improve the lives of all people. Let me tell you the secret that has led to my goal. My strength lies solely in my tenacity. Pasteur was known for his perseverance and determination in the face of adversity. He believed that success was not just a matter of intelligence or talent, but also of hard work and persistence. This quote emphasizes the importance of perseverance in achieving one's goals, even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. Chance favors only the prepared mind. This quote of Pasteur's emphasizes the idea that opportunities often arise unexpectedly, but it is only those who are prepared who are able to take advantage of them. This quote highlights the importance of being well-informed and constantly learning in order to recognize and seize opportunities as they arise. These quotes of Louis Pasteur offer insight into his philosophy and approach to scientific discovery, education, and perseverance. His words continue to inspire and motivate people today to pursue their own goals with determination and a commitment to knowledge and discovery. We appreciate your support in watching our videos. If you enjoy learning about political, business, writer and science leaders' biographies and quotes, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving us a thumbs up to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content.